Hello friends, welcome back to my lectures in machine drawing. I have started the chapter study of machine elements. In these earlier lectures we have seen the introduction, we have seen the screwed fasteners, we have seen the shaft coupling, we have seen the pipe joints. In today's lecture we are going to see about the riveted joint. Okay friends, today we are going to see about the riveted joints. So in industry there are two types of joints. One is a permanent joint and other is a non-permanent joint. The non-permanent joints, those joints are come under when you are doing the joining process by using some fasteners. By using fasteners means by using nut and bolts. So when we are using a nut and bolts, it can be easily we can dismantle and easily we can be able to produce again. And again there are another type of methods are the permanent type of joints. So today we are whatever we are going to learn, that is called the riveted joint, and these riveted joints are the permanent joints. So as per the guidelines, the riveted joints are the permanent joining of parts by means of rivets, used mainly for fastening sheet and shaped rolled metals. Riveting may be used in lap, abutment and double cover plate joints. Riveted joints are being replaced by the more economic welded and glued joints. So riveted joints are the permanent joint. So now we are going to see what is mean by this riveted joints. Here this is called the rivet. Okay, and this is the shank body, this is the head and this is the tail. A rivet is a short cylindrical bar with head integral to it. The cylindrical portion of the rivet is called the shank or body, and lower portion of the shank is known as tail. The rivets are used to make permanent fastening between the plates, such as in structural work, shipbuilding, bridges, tanks and boiler sheds. The riveted joints are widely used for joining light metals. So see here, so as per this is rivet, this is head, this is body of shank and this is tail. So this is a simple mechanism we have shown here. These are the two plates we want to join. So what we are going to do, first of all we are required to create a hole inside these two plates. Then we are going to place these two plates over each other, and then we are going to insert this rivet into this, and then we are having here two dies. This is a backup die and forming die. Okay, then we are going to apply the pressure on this tail. Okay, and then after this what will happen, when we are going to apply the pressure on this tail is going to spread. This tail is going to spread 1.5 times of this original diameter, and when it is going to spread that times, it is become a permanent tightening process will happen in between two plates. Now the types of riveted joints. Primarily there are two major types of riveted joints depending upon the way the structures may be joined. First one is a lap joint and second one is a butt joint. So first one we are going to see, this is a lap joint. In this type, the ends carrying the drilling of the two members are positioned such that their surfaces are slightly overlapped, and the riveting is then done through the conicidal hole. So means that here we are placing two plates overlap to each other, and then at the edges of this plate we are going to create a hole, and then we are going to place here rivet, and this single point we are done, this is called the lap joint. Okay, so lap joint means we are going to overlap two plates and then we are going to attach these two plates by using this single rivet procedure. Then single riveted joint, in this type more than one rivet are fixed along a single row, typically in a lap joint. So single riveted joints means we are using a single row for joining a two plates. Okay, so when we are using a single row for joining a two plates, this is called a single riveted joint. Next one is a double riveted joint. When two rows of rivets are included over a lap joint, means that here we are having a two plates, we have overlapped the two plates and then we have used two rows. Okay, here this is a single row and this is another row, that is two rows are we have used for this for riveting purpose. So this is called a double riveted joint. Next one is a chain riveted joint. In this type, the accommodated rows of rivets may lie exactly opposite to each other over straight line. So chain riveted means that the numbers of whatever the rivets, whatever we have done, that can be increases. Okay, and that may be having in a straight line. Okay, so number of whatever the rivets we have done, they are in a single straight lines. Okay, so this is called a chain riveted joint. Then next one is a zigzag riveted joint. So here the rows may be appear staggered and not complementing each other. So here, as like this chain riveted, these are the two lines and are parallel to each other. So like this here, whatever you see, these are the zigzag portion. We'll observe here whatever the rivets we have done, that can be observed as a zigzag portion. Okay, and when there are a zigzag portion is present on this plate, this is called a zigzag riveted joint. Next one is a butt joint. Butt joint. Here the two members. So first we have seen the lap joint, and this is a butt joint. This is another type of riveted joint. So this is called a butt joint. Here the two members or the elements are linked edges to edge in one straight line. The clamping is produced using an external cover plate. So here what we have done, actually for butt joint, as like in a lap joint, what we have done in lap joint, we have placed two plates over each other. Okay, but in a butt joint, what we are going to do, we are not going to place whatever the plates are not one over the other. So instead of this, what we are going to do, we are going to put one plate at one place and another plate is next to that plate. Okay, and then how we are going to do whatever the rivets, we are placing another cover plate over that two plates. Okay, so and whatever the rivets we are going to do, we are going to here drill. We are going to drill over this cover plate and that main plates. Okay, so here this is a main plate and this is a cover plate. This is a main plate and this is a cover plate, and these two plates we have taken together. That not these two plates are not over each other. Okay, and then we are placing the cover plate over this, and then we are going to do rivets over this cover plate is going to attach with these main plates. So then this is called a butt joint. Now the next one we are going to see a single cover butt joint. So butt joints which involve a single cover plate with the riveting are called a single cover butt joint. So single cover butt joint means where actually we are using a single cover plate. Okay, so here we will see these are the two plates where we have used only single cover plate. This is we have used a single cover plate. Single cover plate. this is called a butt joint. This is where we have used a single curved plate. So this is called a single curved butt joint. Then next one is a diamond riveted joint. You will find this type of joint typically in a butt joints. So why we are going to call it is a diamond riveted joint, I will tell you. Here see, whatever the rivets we have done, these are having the shape of diamond. Okay, so these are the two plates. This is one plate and this is another plate we have placed here. Okay, here we have placed one plate and another plate we have placed here, and then we have placed here the cover plate, and on this cover plate we have created the diamond shape. Okay, these are the diamond shape rivets we have done. Okay, so where there are diamond shaped rivets we have done, that is called the diamond riveted joint. Okay, you understand where we can call a diamond riveted joint. Now we are going to see the important terms used in riveted joints. So this is a general layout of rivets. Here we are going to see how we have done the rivets. So here first we are going to see the usual symbols as a, so here we have used the number of symbols. This is one symbol is P, this is PB, this is PD, and this is M. So what is this terms notation we use? We are going to see now. So this is a P. P means this is the distance between two centers of the consecutive rivets in a single row. Okay, so distance between two consecutive rivets in a single row means in single row, what is the distance between this and this rivet? This is called a P. Usual symbols we denote as a P. The next one is a PB. This is a PB. Okay, so this is called a back pitch. So this is a pitch and this is a back pitch. This is the shortest distance between two successive rows. This is the shortest distance between two successive rows in a multiple riveted joint. Okay, so means whenever there is a multiple riveted joint, this is distance between two successive rows. So this is a one row and another row. In between these two rows, what is the distance? This is called a PB. The next term is a PD. Okay, so this PD is a diagonal pitch. This is the distance between the centers of rivets in adjacent rows of zigzag riveted joint. Okay, so it means that when there is a zigzag portion, or we can say zigzag rivets, at that time what is the distance between the two rows adjacent rivets, means this from this rivet and this rivet, when there is a zigzag rivet portion, it's called PD. And the next one is a margin. This is called M. We can notation is a M, and margin or marginal pitch. This is the distance between the center of the rivet's hole to the nearest edge of the plate. So we can call it a margin, means what? Whatever distance we have kept from one rivet to center of this rivet to whatever the nearest edge of the plate. Okay, so these are the important terms used in riveted joints. So while we are going to do a riveted joint, that time we require to keep in mind what type of rivets we want to keep. Okay, so already we have discussed that all these whatever the rivets we are using, these rivets are permanent joints. Okay, so there are two types of, mostly is a permanent type of joint and non-permanent type of joint. So non-permanent type of joint can be easily, we can be disassemble and again assemble. But when there is a permanent type of joint like riveted joint, that cannot be able to disassemble or dismantle easily. So that's why whenever we are going to prefer, that time always required to keep in mind, whenever you want to do this riveted joint, whether it is required a permanent joint or non-permanent joint. Okay, so that is the most important factors we require to keep in mind. Next one is a very much important thing. Here the efficiencies of riveted joints are given in percentage of terms. Means whatever the types we have seen, whatever the types we have learned, on these types or whatever the types we have seen, what kind of efficiency percentage having of this whatever the rivets. So first we are going to see this lap. So first lap single riveted joint is having 50 to 60% efficiency. The next lap double riveted joint having 60 to 72% efficiency. Then next one is the lap triple riveted joint having 72 to 80% efficiency. Then next one is the butt double strap riveted joints. Here for butt double strap single riveted joint having 55 to 60% efficiency. And then next we are going to see the butt double strap double riveted joints having 76 to 84% efficiency. The next butt double strap triple riveted joints having the efficiency 80 to 88%. So whatever the efficiency percentage given here, why these efficiency percentage are important? Because on the basis of this, when we are going to select the application, okay, so where very high kind of whatever the efficiency required, that time we are going to select the triple riveted lap joint. When there is a middle kind of efficiency required, that time we are going to select the double riveted lap joint. And when there is a efficiency, if it doesn't require, very less efficiency can be adjustable, okay, because sometimes it can be adjustable, less kind of efficiency. That time we can be going to prefer single riveted joint. Okay, so always we require to, on the basis of whatever the application we are going to apply where this rivet joint, so on the basis of that we require to refer this chart. Once you refer this chart, then you will understand that what we require to do. Okay, so this chart is very much standard and very much important when you are going to select a particular type of riveted joint for particular application. Now we are going to see the applications. So where we are going to use these riveted joints. So first of all, I like to tell you, earlier also in Eiffel Tower or in Sydney Harbour bridges are used these riveted joints. Okay, so earlier, so you know this Eiffel Tower and Sydney Harbour bridges are big structure. So these big structures are always also used to joints by using this whatever the riveted joints. So having the strength is good for riveted joints. So on the basis of this, you can also able to select where the strength is required high. We can select these riveted joints. Then again, there are having so many criteria. So where we are going to select this riveted joint on the basis of these three criteria. So where we require strong joint. Okay, so when we require a strong joint, in these joints strength is the only criteria. So joints in engineering structures such as beams, trusses and machine frames are strong joints. Okay, so where we require strong joint, in cases of beams, trusses and machine frames, we can be preferred to use this riveted joint. Again, next criteria is a tight joints. These joints provides strength as well as are leak proof against low pressure. So joints in reservoir, containers and tanks fall under this group. Okay, so where the tight joints required, also we can able to prefer these riveted joints. And the next one is a strong tight joints. These are the joints applied in boilers and pressure vessel and ensure both strength and leak proofness. Okay, so this is the most important thing. So where also in boiler also, in pressure vessel also, we can be able to apply this kind of our riveted joint. So in the next lecture we are going to see this welded joint. So today we have learned about the riveted joint. Just in short, I am going to revise whatever things we have learned today. Today we have learned about there are two types of joints. One is a permanent joint and second one is a non-permanent joint. Those are non-permanent joints means those like fasteners, like a nut bolts, those can be able to disassemble easily, and the rivets can be fall under the permanent joint. The types of rivets are lap joint, butt joint. Again, there are so many number of criteria like strong joint, tight joint, strong tight joint. On the basis of that, we are going to select whether the lap joint or butt joint. So I am going to close this today's lecture. I am very thankful to everyone for listening this lecture very carefully. Thank you very much. I hope you again visit my channel to watch the next video lecture. Thank you very much.